Hello, everybody. My name is PolyAnnie. Yeah, it is super to be here. This is my third NFT NYC, and every time I've been here, I have talked about the same topic, adult NFTs. My first year was in 2021, right sort of as NFTs really started to become a really popular and exciting thing. Although I got into NFTs in 2020 because my journey as an adult content creator led me to censorship. And I have been an artist of all types throughout my life. A musician, a performing artist. I used to teach hula hooping to kids at schools and community events, fire dancing. But it wasn't until that I got into adult work that I realized how important freedom of expression was. And so that first year doing adult work, it went fast for me. It was beautiful, and I built up 20,000 followers on Periscope in a month. And I built up a 10,000 follower Twitter account, and both of those things got removed. With no warning, no explanation. I just woke up one morning, everything I had built was gone. My community was gone, my money funnel was gone. And at the time, the best solution that the industry had was make a backup account. And I said, the fuck, that is not a solution, I'm sorry. Like, just because of the content of my work, because somebody thinks what I do is unacceptable, I have to work twice as hard as everyone else, because I don't think what I do is unacceptable or indecent, okay? So that's a little bit about how I got into it. And since then, I have been so passionate about NFTs, particularly for adult creators. Now, Cece talked, she hit on like most of the really important points. And so what I'm going to do is kind of expand beyond independent creators and talk about sort of the wider scope of the industry. So here are some numbers, okay? So the adult industry overall is estimated between $50 billion and $182 billion last year. So a lot of that is, independent creators, online platforms, but you also have education, you have expos, you have products, studios, you have managers, there's advocacy. So there's a whole bunch of different sectors, right, within the industry. So what I really want to talk about is not the handful of creators on OnlyFans that you hear about making millions of dollars a year, or, the Pornhub or things like that, right? We're going to kind of go into other use cases and how else the industry can use NFTs in this technology. So right now, currently, platforms that are using Web3 tools is almost nothing. I took a hiatus from just all of this online stuff after 2021 was an intense year. And when I came back to it in 2023, I thought, there's no way I'll be able to keep up. There's no way I'll still be able to follow what's, everything going on in this space. And I was so wrong, because not much development had actually happened in the adult space. So I recently published a paper about it. So in my 6 years in the adult industry and 5 years in blockchain, I wrote down 19 different sectors of the adult industry and possible use cases for NFTs within each of those sectors. Everything from health and safety, identity and privacy, digital infrastructure, media, flip sites, camming, studios, in real life, dungeons and kink events, expos. Really did a deep dive on all of those things. And these were all just my ideas. I also offer consulting, but mostly these are things that I would love to see built. And these are things that need to be built. And I thought it was actually so lovely that before the adult NFT talks, it was the talk from the Healerverse. Because I do believe that is by no coincidence, okay? Her talk actually brought tears to my eyes. And I thought it very serendipitous. Because sex work is also healing work. And, maybe you're not seeing all the best of it, but in their attempt to ban porn, like in Sweden, they banned porn, and France, they're working on trying to ban porn all across the states and in Europe. They're working on different legislature for age verification, which is kind of just like a backdoor effort for greater censorship. So be very careful, because trust me, everyone in the adult industry agrees that porn is not for children. It is for consenting adults. And I believe that through Web3 that we can solve some of those problems that they're trying to overreach and censor and saying, but we don't want our children exposed to it. Which nobody does. Hey, nobody wants their children exposed to porn. We can do it better, but to ban it outright is just silly. Okay, that is silly. Because for some people, it's necessary and it's helpful. And for some people making it like me, when I'm treated online and I lose accounts, I'm treated like I'm doing something bad or wrong, or I should be ashamed. And I'm not ashamed. I'm proud. What I do is beautiful, it's honest, and it's ethical. And sex work and adult industry can be ethical, but we need to build better systems that encourage it. When you ban things, you force it underground and you force it into the darkness. And in that darkness, it becomes the thing that we don't want it to be, right?
Amen.
Yes. So if you get a chance, check out my paper, share it around. Really hits on some of those points. All right, so what is currently happening in the adult Web3 space? Some pretty interesting stuff. So Fantasy Digital, they offer a Diamond Club membership. It's an NFT that you buy one time. I'm actually giving it away. So, stay tuned. I'm doing this whole raffle giveaway. At the end of the talk, we'll talk more about that. But you buy this NFT, it's a one-time purchase, and it brings you access to everybody on the site, all the creators who have agreed to it. So if you have it, you can access all kinds of content. On sites like Wink, same kind of thing. Instead of a monthly subscription, you buy it's like a blockchain purchase, a smart contract, like an NFT. It's a one-time purchase. It's resellable. It unlocks content. Juicy and Fantasy Digital offer rewards for users. So if you buy and you support people on the platform, you earn rewards. You can stake and you can earn more rewards. Treat Dab and their offshoot Treat Gaming. It's a sports book. They accept NFTs as player deposits. So if you got NFTs in your wallet that you don't really care about, maybe they don't have any value, you could use them for gambling. Spank Chain. Now Spank Chain is one of the OGs, and they've been through a whole lot. They have 2021, they released the Spank Chain Pop Shots, which was a really cool project. But they had the Spank Pay, they had the Spank Match, and they keep getting shut down by large payment processors. So now they have pivoted towards advocacy, and they work really closely in politics and policy, and they're doing the work that's very important, the work that needs to be done to ensure that we have the rights and the freedom to be able to express ourselves as consenting adults. Just some pictures here. Yeah, only got like a few more, not even a minute. So let's see, to highlight your point, I don't really get to talk about some of the stuff. Let's say you guys got to check out the paper. I did the deep dive about it, but there's all kinds of positive ways NFTs can be used in the industry. But the one thing that hasn't been done, that needs to be done, please, for the love of God, someone do it. I've been talking about this for 5 years and no one's done it yet. Is a one-time KYC that carries with you across sites. Because that's a really big problem, especially with adult and age verification. It's like you have to do a KYC every fucking time you join a new site. That is dangerous and it doesn't make any sense. And so I think as an industry, possibly we could do a little bit better on that end and have sort of a soul-bound token that represents your identity. So this is the link for the raffle. I'm giving away over $2,000 worth of prizes, all adult tokens, NFTs, passes, access, all kinds of stuff. Thank you so much, you all. My name is PolyAnnie, and woo!